factor completely, the first thing I notice is that I have 3 x's in each term, so I'm going to go ahead and take those out because you have to take out whatever they have in common first. So I have 4 w's and 3 x's. I took 3 x's out, so that's 4 w's left, minus a 16 and 3 x's. I took 3 x's out, so that's, sorry about that, that's a 16 left. Okay, this is a difference of 2 squares, so you keep your x cubed, you make 2 sets of parentheses, you split your w's up evenly, so there's going to be 2 in each one. Now to get this negative, you have to have a positive times a negative, and then the square root of 16 is 4. So now you got to look at each, since we have exponents left, you got to see if you can continue to factor. Since we had exponents left in the parentheses, there's no such thing as a sum of 2 squares, so this you just write down. But this one can go again. You make 2 sets of parentheses, you split up your w's. To get this negative, you have a positive times a negative, and the square root of 4 is 2, sorry. Square root of 4 is 2. So now you don't have any exponents left in these parentheses. We already talked about there's no such thing as a sum of 2 squares. So, oops, sorry about that. Let me try that again. This is the answer to that one. You had to actually double factor it. Triple factor it. Okay, on this next one I have a 2 in common and I have 4 x's in common. So I have a 2, 4 v's, and 4 x's. I took a 2 and 4 x's out, so that's 4 v's left, then a minus sign. I have a 2 and 4 x's. I took a 2 and 4 x's out, but you can't have nothing here, so you just look at it as 2 divided by 2 is 1. So you've got a 1 there. So I've got 2x to the 4th. I'm going to make 2 sets of parentheses for my difference of 2 squares. Split your variables up evenly, so I've got 4 of them, so I'm going to put 2 here and 2 here. To get this negative, you have a positive times a negative, and then the square root of 1 is 1. So I have 2x to the 4th. There's no such thing as the sum of 2 squares, so this just gets written down. But this is a difference of 2 squares, so you can go again. Split your v's up evenly. To get this negative, you have a positive times a negative, and the square root of 1 is 1. On the next one, I have 4 x's in common, so x to the 4th. If I have a 16 and 4 x's, I took 4 x's out, that's 16 there, minus 4 u's and 4 x's. I took 4 x's out, so that's 4 u's left. So I have x to the 4th. This is a difference of 2 squares, so you make 2 sets of parentheses. The square root of 16 is 4. To get this negative, you have a positive times a negative, and you've got 4 u's, so you have to split them up evenly, so you put 2 in each one. I've got x to the 4th. There's no such thing as a sum of 2 squares, so you just write that down. This one is a difference of 2 squares. You can go again. Make 2 sets of parentheses. The square root of 4 is 2. To get a negative, it's a positive times a negative. You have 2 u's, so you split them up evenly, and you are finished.